Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever. Okay, so it has been a few days since my last recording. I'll slow this down just a tad. It's been a few days since my last recording. We had a long weekend in Dubai for Eid, and so I spent a few days away, and accordingly the videos that I've been posting over the last few days was generally pre-recorded, and you would also have seen me be a bit slow on getting back to comments and so on. But I'm back, and now I'm gonna have a look at some of the things. So I've had some comments saying that my lines might be broken, and I think specifically that might be the freight lines. So I'll have a quick look at that. So what's this producing? That is producing a decent amount, right? And how full is this train? Not quite full, but I wouldn't, but still getting a fair bit. Is this train at least full? Yeah, so that train is pretty decent full. But I think the problem with this one though is that it can't produce much more. It can't take more. It's got a production limit over here. So if I do charts or details or anything like that, its potential requirement is 161. That is a little bit strange. I thought it can only produce a maximum of 130. Maximal production per year is 130. No upgrade. No line usage. Anyway, at the very least, this guy is distributing to the city, and if I have a look over here, we've still got a poor over there. So I think the fix that I did for this in some of the last episodes will work quite well. The one thing that I am quite keen on is making sure that this production stays nice and high. And so what I'm going to do is just have a quick look at the lines over here. No, this is what I wanted. I'm going to have a quick look at the lines over here to see what is this line that I'm after. This is a road freight line, right? Road freight NM crude. Is that the one? Yeah. Road freight NM crude. It's making a lot of money, but let me have a quick look over here. Road freight NM crude is not quite at capacity, but its capacity is 192, while the capacity for this line, the ex-crude fuel, is 162 plus 54, so it's 208. What? No, hang on. 54 is... yeah, it's 200 and something like that, yeah. For 206, yeah. 206. So if I add a few more vehicles to it, as per the comments, I think 5 trucks was in the comments. If I add a few more vehicles to it to get it to that 208 mark, at least its capacity will be reflective of what is required. So I'll quickly add that. So let me grab a few road vehicles over here. I'm going to stick to what is on this line already, which is the Benzes, and they've got like eight going. So actually 2 should be fine. Let me buy 2 of them, and I will set it to this line over there, and hopefully that should make sure that we can max out the 2 trains that's currently running over here as they get here. Where are my trains, and how many are you bringing? Fine, over there. That production is kind of holding steady. How much do we have over here? So it's not quite getting up there just yet. New vehicles, and I must say the time is flying. Ooh, we've got some Studebakers, and they are different types of vehicles for different uses, which is the first time we're seeing that in trucks. How much do you have over here? Are you gonna be able to fill that load? Not quite. Well, very, very close. Very, very close. I'm kind of happy with it. A train that is that full. Okay, the other freight train that I was looking at was this one over here. And this is pretty slow, right? 37 stone. What's the production up here? Is 300, and it's kind of holding steady in that field over there. What is this guy bringing in? I think this one is doing a horrible job at producing building materials. Yeah, this one is not quite getting there. Let me have a look at these lines though. So what is this line doing? I'm looking at this one, yeah. So from Radstock transfer, it goes to Lower Dorking, and the rail has that amount of can take building materials and can take stone. So that's fine. Then the next thing we have is we've got these distributor lines. So Dorking construction material is from Upper Dorking into there. And what is it? Its capacity, which is not saying the capacity, RF Dorking. Its capacity is 66, and it's got like 19 of 66 doing it. So the question is, right, should we just add a few more trucks to it? But it's not at capacity yet, so maybe it's not quite required. I'm wondering if we do add some more, if it makes any big difference. What is the other side? We've got some road freight on this side as well, or not? I was thinking about creating some road freight to go straight over here, but it doesn't seem like I've done that just yet. So that looks okay. Not sure if I'm missing anything, but that looks okay in order to actually kind of show this. But that production is kind of looks like it might be dropping. But if I look at this, where is that line actually set in terms of our balances? So this one is losing a hell of a lot of money. That's an interesting one. I need to go and have a look at that. Then local passenger distributions. Yeah, so these aren't losing a lot of money. I'm not worried about any of these. That's the only one that's losing a lot of money that I need to go and have a look at. Then if we look at the rail or the train freight, where is it? Freight train, this stone one. It's not making a lot of money, but it's not losing money either. So I think that's kind of okay. This one is my biggest worry, to be honest. Let's center on this line. Oh, this is the newest line. Okay, well I just recently did this line, right? So I don't think we yet have the demand for it. And that's probably why it's not making a decent enough amount of money. And it's running one of the new trains. Yeah, it's running one of the Flying Scotsmen, which of course is pretty expensive to run, and that's the problem right over there. While these are still running, what exactly? Also running the Flying Scotsman. Running cost is 2 million per year, so you really need to fill this bad boy up if you want it to be profitable. Okay, the other thing that I was still planning in the last few episodes was to actually replace some of these other lines with Flying Scotsman too. Okay, so let's open up the lines just quickly again and see what kind of trains we're running. Okay, so if I take this, so those are running. Oh yeah, I can also have a quick look at seeing what they're doing. So the crude is doing well, the stone is not doing well, but it's not losing money as of yet. Most of our passenger distributions aren't great. Some of them are doing pretty good. Okay, so the passenger transport, the what was this called? This is just our main line, because this is the Corringham Cirencester line, is still running the Bardens, which aren't the oldest. So we don't have anything older than that though. But I'm thinking of upgrading this one. But I'm also thinking of upgrading this one, the Thirsk Hatfield, Cirencester line. Okay, so the question really comes to mind is how much is it going to cost us to do the replacement of this. So if I have a look here, let's have a quick look. Let's go into replacement and let's drop that train over there, and we'll add the Flying Scotsman, and it's traveling at 120 kilometers an hour, and then we add these BC4s to it. So, and they do 20 passengers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is kind of what I want on there. So it's like a 8, so it's like a 160. It is, right? 860, yeah. So replace now is going to cost me 30 million to replace those 4 vehicles on that line. If we, however, decide to rather replace this one, so how quick are these though? What are their maximum speed? Details. So it's the Baden, right? Can we... So what does the Baden do? 90 kph. Okay, so definitely the Flying Scotsman is much better. But let's have a quick look. So that's running cost of 693 per year. This one is a fraction of that money. No, I don't think we should upgrade these just yet. I think they're doing well, and what I think we should rather do is try and get the rest of the line profitable, or add more profitable lines. So this line should now start to be quite profitable. Yeah, that's a big load that it can take, but it doesn't quite get that demand in there yet. So it's a big train that is costing us a lot of money, but it doesn't quite fill up. And it's going to be similarly over here, but I think that should be close to filling up, right? That's also the... Yeah, that's fine. That is going to be fine. These lines are pretty good. What I am wondering about is linking these two together, and yeah, I don't think a loop is what we're after though. Okay, so I've spent a bit of time recapping what we've done, and maybe what we should be looking at. Is any of this improving? No, this is actually reducing. Is it because I don't have enough demand? How much are we getting on this line? I wonder why this isn't doing better. So this one's making money now. Let's go back to this view over here, RF docking. So it's still very low on its in terms of capacity, but I'm wondering if the demand has anything to do with the number of vehicles on there. So let me grab I want to grab a few more vehicles. I'll go for the Benz, because no, not the Benz, the Blitz. I've got a few Blitzes on here. So let me buy like 3 more Blitzes, and I'm going to set it to the docking line, docking construction material, in the hope that an improved turnaround will improve our demand. Let me just have a quick look at that. I think we can't do much more than that in terms of demand, and that's why it might not be a greatest idea to have added vehicles there. But what I could do is come to Radstock, have a quick look at what we see over here. So over here we've got, maybe I'll link these two up and we do 2 stops around here. So I'm going to quickly do that. Give me a town street, and just no, that's not what I had in mind. Yeah, and just extend it like that. That should be fine. And then I'm going to just link these up like that. See how perfect is that? So then I'm going to use this loop. Actually, what we should do is run this around that way. So just to give the city a bit of guidance in terms of growth, so that they could effectively fill up both these loops at some point. It's so difficult to build a straight road. A straight road, man, a straight road. We just extend it out like that a bit. Perfect. So hopefully these two can tie in at some point. Okay, so what I want to do now is what I'm going to do is add the kind of the bus stops to drop off the construction material. So I'll do Shall I do that? Yeah, I'll just do this. I'll just do one stop right over there, and then one stop right over here, and I'll actually set up a truck stop over here, not a depot, a truck stop. I forgot how am I turning M and N. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in here because I want to make sure it actually does pick up the rail station should it be required. So I'm going to pop it in there. I'm going to add a line. So let's add a line. So this one, oh, and I'll also add, let me just finish this. Add that and that stop over there, and this will be the rad stock. So this is freight. What did I call it? Road freight rad construction material. Okay, and that's good, and it can be just local distribution, to be honest, once we add more stuff to the rail station out there. Okay, so that's fine, got that in there. Let me pop in an extra road over here and put in a little bit of a depot for road vehicles right in here. There we go. Just kind of off the main road, like something like that. I'll buy a few road vehicles. So what am I after? The Studebaker is quite large and it runs construction material. So let me add a few Studebakers to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 autosave. So how many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 8 of them, and we'll set the line the road freight rad construction materials, and hopefully that should be able to push up the demand or the production over here, which in turn will push up the production over there, and in turn make our lines more profitable. This city is reducing in size, it seems. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so now we've got a ton of money. So let's have a quick look at some repayments. Yeah, let's repay a bit. Let's repay like 10 million. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now we're only owing a further 9 million. But I am looking at actually improving some sections or adding at least an extra line somewhere. And I'm thinking we should improve the passenger lines or add some more passenger lines to the mix. And yeah, the passenger line that I was worried about is actually finally starting to make some profit. So it was just a matter of getting more people on the line. So where will we be going from here? If I switch on the contours, Warrington can run through to Steining. That could work. I don't necessarily foresee, actually Leon C could run through here, have a little bit of a tight run through here to Bingley. The problem with Bingley though is that going around the town will result in some concerns. Alternatively, what we could do is we could run Leon C not through here but around here on that contour, have the station on this side and run in this general direction down to Kirkby, Lonsdale. Okay, and I think that might be the more prudent way of doing it. It will, however, result in a bit of a tight turn over here to make use of that. Didn't quite think about that when I was building this, obviously, because no way you're going to go through this, not at any form of reasonable cost. Okay, so let's look at the placement of a passenger station in Bingley, and I might do it out here somewhere. Yeah, we run through there, right? Yeah, and we'll do it out here somewhere. Okay, let's build it. Let's get the new type of station. I want to put at least 2 platforms in there. I want it to be nice and long. I think probably the second street connection should be good. So let's turn this around and see how that looks. I think that is probably a decent spot right there. So we'll do that. We'll pop it out over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this road and that road a little bit, and even this one, that section over there, and then take the upgrade tool away, and then we're going to run it like so. And that's not quite what I had in mind, so let's do that, and then we'll finish it off like that at a more proper 90-degree angle right there. So this should allow us some room to grow. I'm also wondering about a freight station at some point, but I'm not going to be too fussed about it just quite yet. So let's grab our rail. Is it time to start laying high-speed tracks though? Not sure it's absolutely necessary, but I definitely don't want to be doing major earthworks to get this to work. So let's run it through like that. Okay, and now it will need a bit of a cut through there, so I'll do it a little bit smaller sections over here, and now we'll turn it like that, so 100 kilometers an hour around this turn over here. Okay, and now also I'm not quite keen on making these cuts or these fills too deep though. So if we yeah, see, I don't understand why it wants to make those major fills to get this to work. Okay, and now we'll run it through there. Oops, not the other way around. Oh, okay, so maybe what we need to do is trim this back a little bit, bring this up like so. I think that's fine. Oops. So doing it in these small sections means that it's not going to be a very high speed road, but ultimately, or road, but ultimately it's a little bit more realistic. We won't be building massive build-ups of sand or of filled banks. Bring this right up as high as you can. Probably 250 is fine. Yeah, this is going to be a very tight curve over there, but yeah, that's pretty much where we're aiming at then. So let me extend that section through there. Okay, now let's have a look at this turn over here. How gradual can we get it? We should be able to get it at 100, even more than 100. Come on, that's perfect. That's fine. We don't need it any quicker than that. Not as you're entering a station. We could do a bypass at some point where we just go straight through from here over there and bypass this little town altogether, Leon-C. Okay, so now we're getting a nice stretch of 300 kph over here, and that'll tie in quite nicely. It's not doing any major build-ups or cuts. We run that through there. That is a very nice little stretch. And now if we hook that straight up over there, can we, okay, so that's actually, okay, so let's bring them closer together. Let's do a little something like that, get that nice and tight on the ground. Now let's try this again. If we do a little bit of a fill there, it's not the end of the world. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. And there we go. So there's our extra stretch now included. The question on my mind is whether we should just basically extend that line. So instead of turning it back, we run it all the way to the end and we only turn it back from the end. I think that's probably a good idea. So let's link it up like that. That should be fine. Let's add some signals. So I'm going to put a signal over there. Okay, and we'll put some signals, say there and there. Okay, there and there. That should be decent spacing. Here and there. There and there. And say here and there. Okay. Then this one will just function as it is from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this section of line. So yeah, this is pretty decent for a bypass in future. We can gradually run a bypass through there that doesn't actually go into Leon C, if required, of course. And then we can probably bypass this one by running straight down here. Ooh. Well, we can just bypass it just a little, just a tad. Okay, let's quickly update that line. So which line is that? That's the Leon C line. So it's this one, right? The Hazelmere to Leon C. Hazelmere, Leon C. Okay, so all we need to do is add to it. And let's just pause it just for a second to do the addition. We add Bingley to it, and then we add Leon C to it again. Perfect stuff right over there. Okay, and that's fine. We'll just continue the run on that. Where is it going? There it is. So what I'll do is I will buy an extra one, buy another train, a Flying Scotsman, thank you, as well as the 8 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 BC4s, which is a pretty expensive train altogether. And as soon as this bad boy reaches the other end, I will send off this one. Is it loading? It shouldn't be loading really. Oh, see, I'm not keen on it loading because it's now going to Bingley. Because obviously it doesn't want to go to Bingley. Those people want to go to Hazelmere, which I find the strange little mechanic on this. That train is on the wrong track. So what I need to do is I actually need to take out this section over here to make sure we don't deal with that too often. So as soon as that gets to Hazelmere, it'll run back on this line. I'm very sure it will. So how far are you from Hazelmere? I want you to get around here somewhere, and then I'll release this one. So set it to line, this line over here. Yeah, it's running a decent speed around that little peak or mountain, or not really either. Okay, that's about fine. So let me release that one. Please do that. Okay, so I do have the ability to come out there, so we'll see how that goes. I want to see it tracking back on this route now, and then of course I need to immediately do my routes. Okay, obviously no one's going to get off here, and I don't think anybody's getting on, and I believe it'll stick to the right side here. Wow, it's expensive to run this train. There we go, sticking to the right side, the right and the right. Where is this one? This one is coming, sticking to the side it should be sticking to, and that will be good. Perfect, that's going to run us hopefully run us pretty good. Okay, what I want to finish off in this episode with is the local passenger distribution. So give me, and you know what I want to do? Maybe we'll, just for a little bit of diversity, swap over to proper tram lines. And I'll do yes, yes, tram track and electrified, please. Or just electric tram track, is that correct? Where is the closest place we can pop this guy in from a walking perspective? Yeah, maybe something like that. It's a little bit more out of the way as well. So pop something like that in there. What I want to do is are there tram tracks on here? Looks like it. Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do upgrade settings for tram track and electric. No, upgrade to tram track, please. And how am I going to run this? Definitely up here. Definitely like this. Turn it over there. Upgrade that. Turn it up here and up there. I think that's pretty decent. We'll run it through that side. We'll run it all the way along there, like so and like so. And that's it. So that's what our route is going to be like. Let's do electrification. As we electrify this section through here, through there, and like so, and finish it off over there. And what I then want to do is let me add a bit of a depot over here. I want a tram depot with catenary, and I'm gonna pop it in on this side. Just a little bit in between over there to see if we can't space things out a little bit. Okay, let's quickly pop in the line. Ooh, before we pop in the line, we probably need, wow, that's a full load to Hazelmere at only 600k. That doesn't feel quite right to me. So let's pop in our stations, which is something that I missed to do. So I definitely want to pop in something like this, something like that, maybe right around the turn over there, something at the edge over here, something back in this direction over there, all the way on the outskirts, yeah, all the way over here, and a little bit something on this stretch over here before we get there. And that should be pretty good. This one over here I'm not liking. I want to bring it closer here. So let's, how close can we pop this in here? Maybe we should do it on this side. That's decent because the other one is pretty close anyway. So let me do that. And let me take out this bad boy and that one over there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this line. Decent. There, and there, and that's finished it off. So this will be the local passenger distribution Bingley 1. Okay, now I need to add one more. And this one does the other direction. Like so, and like so, and this will be called local passenger distribution Bingley 2. There we go. Hopefully we can get some action from that. So we've got the CE22 SCHST. Ooh. This one is the T1 didn't actually run as long, but this one is much quicker. So the T1 is definitely what we're going for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set line LPD bin 1. Please set it. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and bin 2. So hopefully we will get some nice and good local passenger distribution that will also result in this town expanding a little bit more into mainly in this direction is what I'm after. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to try and shape how this section over here grows. So something like that I'm hoping will give us good street blocks. Okay, let's have a look at how this line is doing. I think this line is probably taking a bit of a nosedive at the moment in terms of what it is making. Finances, yeah, it's taking a bit of a nosedive, but I think it's going to pick up nicely once our passenger numbers at Bingley does increase. We're making a lot of money, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to repay the rest of the loan. Okay, there we go. So now we've got no more interest payments, so everybody should be happy about that. Okay, we could have probably made more with the money. I want to have a quick look at what's going on over here. Our production is nice and big up here. And production on this side is great stuff, and this train is full of stone. And let me see about this train and construction materials. Not quite full of construction materials though, but I think it might get there, or alternatively we can actually from this station also serve Waltham Abbey. So let's have a quick look at that. Just have a quick look and see what is happening. So we're making almost $1 million, so it's not quite as profitable, but it's at least profitable. This line is making the train, sorry, that's the train. I wanted the road freight for Dorking. So where would that be? Road freight, hang on. Okay, road freight Rad is making some good money. Road freight for, where is it? Where on earth is it? Well, see the finances over here then. Ah, it's losing money. It's got too many vehicles and not operating at capacity. So I think we'll pull some of the vehicles over to Waltham Abbey, because I just don't think the demand is actually. So this is we're pretty much doing as much as we need to do for construction materials into this small town without having it grow. If it grows, yes, that'll be a different story, but we need to stimulate that growth if we want to see that happening. Radstock is also getting about pretty much all it needs, so I think we probably need to provide Waltham Abbey with construction materials, but that's something we'll do in the next episode. So guys, I'm ExactChaos, and this has been Transport Fever Exactly. Thank you so much for joining in. Please leave a like, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you, bye bye.